What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode number 8 of NBA 2K19 MyLeague expansion between the Tempo and the Jacks. We left off last episode, episode number 7, talking about the draft lottery and where we were going to be sitting once it all gets ready to go. So now that we know where we're picking,
which is you are 3,
number 3,
I am 10.
The Tempo, we're picking 3rd and you're picking 10th. It's kind of a drop off there in talent.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, let's get right into it. So with the number 1 pick in 2019, the Phoenix Suns select Zion Williamson, who you are saying that would never happen because the NBA is money greedy.
I doubt that he will end up in Phoenix.
Let's
just say that.
Would doubt that too. So Bol is now selected, and that's the guy that we were looking at right there. We wanted a big man at center, and he's going to the Mavericks now, right ahead of us, of course. So now we're up. The Nashville Tempo are on the clock, and now we have a choice to make because there's a lot of good players here. RJ Barrett, we do need a small forward. We're looking at Ja Morant because I know that he's a once-in-a-generation type of player. And we're also looking at Darius Garland because he's a playmaker too.
Yeah, well, Barrett, I mean, obviously Barrett is in the class of his own. Morant's probably a little bit underrated in this particular draft class. So it's not completely in tune with real life. Pretty close, obviously, though. But RJ Barrett, yeah, shooting guard and small forward. I think he fits your needs better than anybody on this board right now.
Yeah, and that's exactly the perfect way to put it. I mean, we were looking at Bol, and had he been up on that board, I would probably be thinking along the lines of it's probably Barrett or it's Bol at this point. And now that he's gone, it really does come down to Barrett or Morant. And just looking at his numbers here, he can drive, he can shoot the mid J, he can shoot the 3 ball. This guy gives us more offense, which is what the Tempo needed last season. We have guys that are kind of grindy, Patty Mills, Kyle Korver's getting older, Sindarius Thornwell wasn't, that explosive. So we need a guy that's going to be able to offer us that. Plus, Jaren Jackson is more of a defensive power forward, and that's the kind of guy that we're looking at.
Yeah.
But
and looking at Morant, I mean, he can shoot too. I guess there's probably some questions about how well he can adjust to the NBA. I think there's a reason scouts love him. I think they think he'll respond well, but it is a question, I suppose. And that he's can pass it. Barrett may be a better scorer. Maybe Morant, is a better disher. Morant is a great point guard.
Yeah, he can drive too. Like, he can drive, he can dunk. I mean, this guy he's pretty explosive. So I guess no matter what we do here, both guys really fit what we're trying to do with this team and how we're going to build it. It's just a matter of
he's got 91 speed and all the Russell Westbrook comparisons. It's tough to pass up on.
I know it is really, really hard, but given the positional depth that we have at point guard with Trey Burke, Patty Mills, we're going with RJ Barrett, the shooter.
It's a relatively safer pick. I think Morant's very safe, but Barrett is like the sure thing, right? Supposedly.
Yes. So we see that the Celtics, who could have taken Morant, go with Brandon Clark out of Gonzaga. Pistons are now on the clock, followed by the Heat, and then the Celtics yet again. So the Pistons are going to take Jarrett Culver.
Apparently Culver is censored in this game. That's why he's Culver.
Yeah, so that's why whoever made the roster or the draft class said Culver. So now with the Heat on the clock, they could have gone John Morant, but they select
Bassey, which is also censored.
Yes.
So now Morant's on the board still, so you got to make a move.
Yes. So with the Celtics, we were going to make this trade. We offered this trade to them, and they weren't going to take it. So then we decided to add Trey Burke and Montrezl Harrell into the mix, and they still didn't take it.
And now they want Dallas' second round that I believe you acquired in a trade, so
that was our counter to them, and they didn't want it. So now we're going to go to the 76ers, hoping that the Celtics don't take Morant.
They want a lot of picks, and they want to dump Courtney Lee's contract on you.
And that is a no-go because Courtney Lee's contract is god-awful. It's going to put us way in the negative in the cap room, and it's just not interesting to me, man, because, you know, we need our picks. So I'm looking for a move that's going to give us...
And it might be Harrell. It might cost you Harrell, who you acquired at the deadline.
Yeah, I don't want to give up a ton of picks, like, because I know we're bad and we need that. But look at the 76ers are going to agree to that offer, so we move Harrell, and we get this pick.
It's the Dallas second round, which is a borderline first, and then your next year's pick unprotected. And Harrell, so I mean that's a pretty good trade.
Yeah, we're not going to have a first-round pick next season.
It might be worth it.
Might be worth it. And this one is not even a question. We're going to do it. So Ja Morant and RJ Barrett coming to the Nashville Tempo. And I got to say, I like how this team is starting to form offensively.
It's a little radical. It's a little radical.
It is, because we just basically threw our future out the door for future years for this season.
Yeah, I'm just saying not a lot of mock drafts see a team getting Morant and Barrett.
Right, exactly.
So it's kind of an interesting scenario. So the Jacks are now selecting. Let's see what we got in store. I'm looking for guard help. I got Capella Bamba. I got the big men locked down. So now it's down to Darius Garland out of Vanderbilt. Schofield, I want somebody a little bit younger. I believe he's a senior, so... Hashimura doesn't help me there. Trey Jones, I don't know if he's that amazing. Zach Norvell, pretty good. Romeo Langford is a possibility.
Yeah, he's pretty solid, but there are some questions. I've read up on some scouting reports on Langford, but yeah, he's got to work on some stuff. But he's a pretty good player. I mean, at 19, you can work with him, you can build him up.
Right. That's the hope, that he could blossom into something really good. I said for sure I was going point guard or shooting guard, so those are my choices. And out of that group, I would lean towards Langford, but I'm also looking down here at another guy that this draft class probably underrated. Cam Reddish is on the board still. They have him listed as a 75, and I might just pull the trigger because small forward is an area of need. I got Korkmaz and not much else, and you know, see the ranks there. I mean, might turn out to be pretty good. He's a shooter. He's got some size to him. I think this might be the pick.
I mean, at 6'8", so basically he's RJ Barrett B.
Diet RJ Barrett.
Yes, exactly. So there's a trade up on the board. Rui Hachimura goes to the Magic there. And Tyler Johnson, you're shopping him now.
I'm feeling like I want to get in on this trade stuff. There are a couple trades in front of me, which is why you saw some kind of weird movement there.
I forced him to make a dumb move.
No, I just felt like doing it. I'm like, hey, what can I get for Tyler Johnson? You know, I want one of these rookies. And then I see this on the board. I'm like, I don't know, 2021. See, I don't mind selling because Tyler Johnson's he's overpaid. I mean, let's be frank here.
That's a lot of money, man.
And when I look at a team like Utah in the Western Conference, and we're talking down the road to 2021, I'm planning on being pretty good by then. I have no idea where Utah is going to end up. I have no use for David Nwaba, but if it gets rid of this contract and we're going near free agency, I'll do it. Sure.
So he goes ahead and pulls the trigger. So Tyler Johnson, if you guys were, getting close to him in a Jack's uniform, well, he is no longer with us.
Yes, it's going to be up to new cast of characters at the shooting guard position. So you see some picks going off the board. Caleb Martin to the Pelicans, Nasir Little to the Trailblazers, Garland off the board finally, Zach Norvell to the Spurs, Keldon Johnson, Romeo Langford finally off the board, DeAndre Hunter finally off the board. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Kai Bowman out of Boston College going to the Bucks, LeGerald Vick. But our pick in the second round is up, and here we go. So who are we going to take? There's a lot of good players left. Trey Jones, KZ Okpala. He's kind of underrated in this draft class as well. There's a lot of people talking about him being a first-round talent. Devon Watson, Dedrick Lawson, Cassius Winston is there. I mean, that wouldn't be too bad of a pick. But again, we've already got our point guard in Ja Morant. We don't need another one. Yeah. We need Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
He's a pretty good shooter. 20 years old.
We need this
And
guy.
they're saying his ceiling's Alan Crabb. I mean,
That's not. I mean, it's not.
you could do worse.
Yeah, but we're gonna go ahead and take him. He can play shooting guard. That's his primary position. He can also play the small forward position. That's actually really valuable to us. We do like players that can play both, because I know that with this high tempo type of thing that we're going to be doing, a lot of scoring, you're going to need a lot of depth.
Yeah. Now, I'm looking maybe here to draft a true power forward, and I see Jonte Porter there. I understand he's injured, but he's listed power forward / center, 6'9". I'm looking at the ranks there. I'm like, okay, I need a true power forward to spell Capella and Mo Bamba, and I don't really have one on my roster. So here's the draft summary, other than Patrick Patterson. Here's the draft summary: Zion at number 1, and then you somehow pull a rabbit out of your hat and get RJ Barrett and John Morant.
Heck,
it's probably
yeah.
the draft class's fault for having Morant drop that far. And Reddish, same deal, but
Or,
I mean,
or it was just savvy GM moves.
could be.
You're going to give me a little credit here. And then we also got in the second round, Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
Yeah, good player. And then Jonte Porter off the board there. I'll see what Porter can do. I'm not sure. Now, here's some pending options. So explain your thoughts here.
So it kind of sucks that Biyombo has a player option. He's going to go ahead and accept it for $17 million for next season. So that hurts.
I wish I had that option.
Yeah, Frank Mason, we're going to actually go ahead and decline that because now our point guard situation with John Morant is pretty solid. Sterling Brown, we're going to let him go. Shooting guard, small forward. We've already got Nickeil Alexander-Walker and RJ Barrett. And then we're also getting Leftos.
Yeah, don't forget about Leftos, everybody.
Tony Bradley, we're going to let him go as well.
Yeah, keeping Korver over the younger guys is tough, but you're thinking maybe Korver can teach those young guards some moves.
Exactly. We want to have him teach Walker and RJ Barrett, probably because Barrett's probably going to get some badges here mid-summer.
Yeah, I got some choices to make here, too. Patterson had a player option. He's good. Frank Jackson, I'm not sure. I mean, I got Dellavedova on the roster. I am going to be seeking out a point guard. Isaiah Whitehead played well enough. I mean, I'm keeping him. No doubt in my mind there. Bacon is a tough call. I like Korkmaz more than Bacon. He played okay in spots. Some tough calls here. I mean, I got to let one of these guys go, and it's going to be Bacon. Unfortunately, I love Bacon.
Everybody loves Bacon.
That's some low-hanging fruit jokes right there. Okay, center. And some other positions here. I mean, Porzingis, I don't know. Jokic, they're a little bit too far out of our range. Klay Thompson as well.
You were really talking up Klay Thompson like you wanted to nab him this offseason, but he just was going to cost too much.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the low-cost Klay Thompson and Bojan Bogdanovic because the Jacks had one of the worst three-point shooting percentages in the league last year. I think Bogdanovic can help us fill that hole with Tyler Johnson leaving, so we'll see what happens there. Now, I'm looking for that point guard. I wanted Tony Parker last year. I have a chance to sign him now. Got Rondo with all the playoff experience. What's this? Who's this? Who's this character?
Good. Jimmer.
Jimmer time. Jimmer Fredette is going to come to Las Vegas.
Wow.
Because we want to sell tickets for Showtime.
Wow. You're actually going to pull it off.
Maybe.
All right. Well, Jimmer, we'll see how this all works out. I hope the Jimmer and Dellavedova thing works out for you.
I have some very reserved expectations. I'm not a Jimmer fanboy, like I know a lot of people are.
There's a lot of people out there.
Yeah. Now, you need that power forward to mix in with Jaren Jackson. You're looking at Jordan Bell.
Yeah, I saw him play against you guys, and I like what I saw from Jordan Bell. He looked like he was going to be pretty solid, but we don't end up offering him a contract. And I know we're looking at him right here. We're talking about him, but, I'm just trying to see where he fits. I mean, he's 6'9", so he was basically in the mold of Montrezl Harrell, and we just got rid of Montrezl Harrell. We're already paying a ton of money to Jang and Biyombo. We're looking at cheap options like
Taj Gibson is a pro. I mean, you could go center as well. You got Nikola Vucevic.
Yeah, I mean, we were even looking at him. I mean, it's kind of...
Cauley Stein, I was trying to get you to get Cauley Stein. 25 years old?
we're trying to figure out where we stand as a team right now.
Yeah.
Are we really gonna go for it this season? I mean, basically, we've already gotten our future intact here with Leftos, Ja, and RJ. So we've got our big three.
Yeah.
And they're young. They're going to be rookies this season. So it's almost like, do you go in? Do you buy a guy like Bobby Portis?
Yeah, or Nance.
Yeah,
Portis is 24 years old. That would be a good addition. That would mean you're going for it with a young nucleus. It costs a lot of money though.
And that's the balance here. That's the thing. Like, you got to figure out, where does your team stand? Are we not going to go for it this season? Are we going to go for that cheap center that we've already been dealing with Jang and Biyombo?
Yeah.
Well, Biyombo's not cheap with the 17 mil, but
it's really important to know when to spend your money.
Exactly. So we're just trying to see what this type of contract that Bobby Portis is and how it's going to affect the cap space for us. And then as you dig a little bit deeper, we find a specialist, Ekpe Udo, and he's a defensive specialist center, guys, and this is really what I'm looking for. I don't need a guy that I'm going to pay a ton of money to. I just want a guy to come in off the bench and as a reserve to be a defensive specialist. Now,
you sort of changed your mind after day one of free agency. We're in day two now, and now you're feeling like, just let it roll. Let it roll.
We're going to roll the dice here. So I'm looking at it like this. Our offense is going to be legit. It's going to be a lot better than it was last season, and we need a center that's going to be able to put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, and Vucevic is used to losing, so I don't think he would mind joining Nashville.
Wow, thanks. But we ended up signing Nikola Vucevic. And guys, look at our team right now. Trey Burke, Patty Mills, Biyombo, Thornwell, Alexander Walker, RJ, John Morant.
And you got Terrence Ross.
And Kyle Korver.
Veteran three-point option small forward as well. That was a good sign.
This team right now, the Tempo guys, the offense is going to take a big time jump.
Yeah, now we have, as we talked about, Jimmer Fredette is coming to Las Vegas. Now, we got him paired up with Della Vadova, and then you'll see also, I believe, 75 overall will be Whitehead. So, you got a three-headed monster at point guard, for good or for ill. And we'll see how that works. Like, Tyler Lydon coming along nicely. I'm investing in Zaire Smith. I hope he does well. You see the progression here from last year. Korkmaz up to 74. Jimmer technically our best point guard right now. Cam Reddish is a 74. We did re-sign McLemore with the option. Zaire Smith went down because of that foot injury, I think. So I got to get him back on the right track.
Yes, and we see some player progression here for the Tempo players. Jaren Jackson now up 4 to an 82, so he's by far our best player behind actually RJ Barrett and Vucevic. And Leftos Patzigziliou is a 79. He goes +8.
That's big.
Yeah, that's huge. He played in that Euro League for his year after we drafted him, and yeah, he's going to be a really, really great player for us down the line. So the big thing though, because all these young guys are going to be progressing really quickly, we're going to have some money available in order to re-sign them eventually. So we gotta get it done in our window here while we still have them under control. So yeah. What did you guys think of the draft results? What did you guys think of the free agent period for both the Tempo and the Jacks? Who do you think won free agency? Who do you think won the draft? In total,
answer Nashville.
Who do you think won the off-season for 2019? So
it was Nashville.
Post in the comment section below, and we will see you guys next Friday. Do you have anything else to add about, you want to sum up your Las Vegas lack of moves here? What's up with that?
Well, hey, we got Bogdanovich, we got Jimmer, okay? Jimmer was signed to sell tickets.
Wow.
It's that cynical.
So that's what it's about.
We know he can't play defense. It is what it is. He's going to be kind of a ball hog, maybe. But maybe he figures out how to play at the NBA level. Who knows? I don't care. I'm an expansion team.
You're just about selling tickets?
Yes.
Wow, so you went to Las Vegas. You are operating this basketball team as a moneymaker.
Yes.
You're gambling.
I'll say this, though. I mean, we sort of made our big move in our first offseason as a franchise when we convinced Clint Capella to join the roster, and that was a big haul for an expansion squad. So we didn't feel like we really wanted to go out and get another superstar, because these superstars are looking to win championships. And right now, Nashville and Las Vegas is not in a situation to win championships. I think with your draft, I mean, you get Jaren Jackson, you pair him up with Morant and Barrett. That is a fearsome trio right there that maybe in 1 year together, maybe that's when you can talk to a big time player and maybe get them to join, because it's probably going to take a year of gelling.
Yeah, it's all about the gelling. I mean, you've got, so the starting five, we're still going to start Patty Mills as our starting point guard, even though Ja's technically better in the overall. Just to let you guys know that right now. He's got to get to know the offense and get to know the NBA game. He can't come from Murray State just like that and get it.
Maybe he can. Maybe.
Steph Curry there was a little bit of a period where he had to learn the NBA. He was not as good as he is now. Like, I remember that specifically. But, we'll work him in there. We'll get him back in. But think about that nucleus right now. I got Ja Morant, RJ Barrett, Jaren Jackson, Leftos, and then you've got Nikola Vucevic as the center, and he's going to be able to ground everybody and say, hey, I'm the veteran here, you guys. Oh, yeah. Let's play this thing. This is an offensive machine.
I know what your team needs.
What is that?
LeBron James.
Oh, no. Hell no. You stay away, you toxic. Yeah, that situation's tight. No, the Nashville Tempo do not need LeBron James on this roster. Hell no. You stay away.
Well, I'm just trying to play psychological mind games.
He's probably going to be knocking at our door, the GM's door, saying, hey, can I join you guys to play? You want to win some championships?
Rich Paul's on the phone.
Yeah, thanks, LeBron. No.
Click.
Done. We're not letting the wolf into the hen house.
Trade Jackson, Barrett, and Morant for Anthony Davis.
That's what he would say to us. I can't play with these scrubs. Even though this seems like it's going to be turning into a really, really good team. I'm really excited for it.
You know what?
Young nucleus.
I was going to say this too. I think the Tempo are going to be a playoff team. I think you got enough to... I mean, it's the Eastern Conference. I mean, Nashville... I mean, now you're going to go from the cellar to being in that, like, Brooklyn, Orlando tier where, you might finish a few games under 500, but that's usually good enough for anywhere between 6th and 8th place. And I would think you're going to be a playoff team.
Well, then at the beginning of this series, we were talking about how it's kind of a race to see which team is going to end up being better. I would be the first team to make the playoffs. We'll see how you're going to do, because you almost made it. You were only a couple games away.
Yeah, I was like, was I 11 games out? I don't remember. I mean, it wasn't great. But for a while we were in the mix until about February. We were theoretically in the mix. I think we got... I don't know if we just rearranged the deck chairs on this ship, but I think it will be... maybe a few games better. I mean, the Western Conference does drag on you.
Yes, it's very, very competitive. Gonna have to figure that out.
Yep. So looking forward to year 2. We're gonna kick off year 2 with the next episode.
Yeah, we've only been uploading this series once per week, and as some things start to calm down with the NCAA series, we'll maybe start doing 2 per week. We'll see. But yeah, just wanted to extend this episode out just a little bit longer, just to give you guys more behind the scenes type of stuff, our thought process and projections going forward in the 20.
Yeah, definitely let us know what you think, who's going to be better next year.
Yes, look forward to your comments. We'll see you guys in the next one next Friday. Leave a like if you like this thing, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that red button for subscribe or my logo in the corner of your video screen, and we will see you guys in the next one. As always, peace.